Hi all, in this video we are going to develop a web page using JQuery. JQuery is a JavaScript library which is an easier way to use the JavaScript in our web page. The environment I am using to show the demo is the VS Code. To start with the JQuery, we have to include a script called as jQuery.min.js. It can be either used offline or online. To use with the online jQuery, we have to keep the script tag inside the head. Or you can download the jQuery.min.js file from the jQuery.com by clicking the download button. And the first option, we have to right click and save link as. So that will save our min.js file. Once the file is downloaded, you have to keep the file in the same folder where our HTML file is available. So to start with, we have to include a script tag inside our head tag. So in the script tag in the source, I have to use the jQuery.min.js file. And here jQuery having a speciality that it have a specific syntax. So this syntax start with dollar symbol followed by the selector and then the action. To start with jQuery, the first thing we have to include is the script tag. Inside the script tag, we have to give the syntax of the jQuery. The syntax of the jQuery is dollar symbol followed by the element. The first element which should be activated to execute the jQuery is the document, that is our browser. So once the document is ready, so ready is an action, so that need to be included. And inside that we have to define the function what we want to execute once the document is ready. So now I want to display an alert message. Welcome jQuery. So now what's happened? When the document is loaded or your browser get loaded, the alert message get displayed. Save it, open it in the web browser. So now when the page loads, the jQuery execute with the alert message. Now instead of loading automatically, I want to perform with the event. That is when the button is clicked, then only the alert message has to come. So to create a button, I have used the button and the button will be identified with the ID. And here I am going to give a message, click me. So once I click it, then only the alert message has to come. So to write the jQuery script for it, inside the document.ready function, we have to include the syntax to enable the button click. Again, dollar symbol. To identify the button, the corresponding selector is the ID selector. So we have to use the hash symbol followed by the ID of the button, and the event or the action to be invoked is click. So inside that we have to define a function what we want to execute when the button is clicked. So when the button is clicked, I want to display the alert message. So welcome jQuery. So now I go here, open the page, click the button, so the alert message get displayed. The next thing I want to do is performing an addition operation by getting an input from the two text box, and when I click the add button, the values of the text box should be added and it should be displayed in the text box or in the paragraph area. So I have already the HTML code. So when I run it, this is my design. I have the two text boxes, and when I click the add button, the result has to display. So I will just include a break tag here. This is the page, how it will be look like. So what we have to do is we have to identify the button click activity, and you have to get the value of the text box. So the next action I have to write is dollar symbol. Now my button will be identified by the class name. So to represent the class name, you have to use with the dot operator. So b2 dot click. So the click, you need to define the function. So now we need to get the value from the text box. So declare a variable n1 is equal to, the text box will be identified by the ID value t1. So hash symbol t1 dot val. Okay, the val function helps you to get the value of the text box. Same thing, declare the second variable, get the value from the second text box. So once it is ready, you need to add the two values. So I have the result. I'm going to add n1 plus n2. And this result I need to display in the third text box. So to identify the third text box, we have the ID is t3 dot val. I need to write the result inside the value. So just go here, give the value 10, 20, click the add button. The result will be displayed as 1020. So 1020 means here the text box will be acting as a string. So when you do the concatenation, it will be acting as a string concatenation. So it is displaying the result as 1020. But the answer we expect is 30. So the thing is, we need to do a conversion. So the conversion is by using the function called as parseInt. So the first input and the second input, we are converting the string into integer. So now we'll go here and click the button. We get the answer is 30, addition of 10 and 20. The same result I want to display in two areas with other two methods, that is called as text method and the HTML method. So I have two paragraph areas that I want to display. So to identify that paragraph area, I have the ID is p1 dot text. So I am going to display the bold tag followed by result. The result I am going to keep with my result, and I have to close my bold tag. Same thing, I am going to use a function called as HTML function. So we can just see what is the difference in using text function and the HTML function. So we'll go here and go to our web page, click the add button. So you can see here text means whatever we have given in the double quotes, that will be displayed as such. But when you use the HTML function, the HTML syntax are interpreted and it will be displayed with the bold text. The next thing, we are going to give a style effects using the JQuery function. And this is the division area we are having. So we can see here we have a division area, and this division area I need to give some styles to it. So I can include a style tag, style. The division area I am going to address with ID, and then I am going to give the height is some 100 pixel, and then width is some 100 pixel, and the border value is 1 pixel solid black color. And this is the way how my div tag will look like. So when I click the CSS button, it has to give the CSS style effects to this particular division area. So to identify the button, again I am using the ID value. So I have to write a JQuery function. So to identify the button, $symbol, button3 dot click. I need to define a function, and inside the function I have to specify the CSS styles need to be given for it. So to represent it, I can just give like this. I can first get the control of the division area. So D is equal to identifying the division area, that is D1. And now D dot, I have a function in the jQuery called as CSS. So I need to give multiple CSS styles for this particular thing. So what I have to give is, I have to first define the first style, that is I am going to give the background color. So background color, then you have to give it in colon, then the color name you have to give it in single quotes, then comma. The next style what we have to give is, I'm going to give the text color and colon, and the text color I am going to give as blue. And then I'm going to change the font size. So font size colon, the font size what you want to give it 32 pixel. And then I need to display in a bold. So I'm going to give it font weight. The font weight I'm going to give it bold. So all the styles use with the curly bracket, separate with comma, give the style name, colon, the value of the style. So now I am going to click the third button. So we have a pink color background, text and the font size and the bold effect with the CSS function. Next thing we are going to do is using an onChange event. And now I have a drop down menu. So from the drop down menu, I'm going to choose the different colors. So based on that, changing in the option, I need to change the color of the division tag. So this is the way how our page look like. So I have options listed here. When I change the options here, dynamically the background color of the division area need to be changed. So to identify the select, we have the ID is S1. So again, we have to define a function. So going with ID S1, here we are using the function called as change. So when there is a change happen in the drop down, you need to invoke a function that you need to change the background color of the division tag. So to get the value what you selected in the drop down, so to identify the drop down, we have the S1 and we have a method called as val. So that will store you the value what you selected from the drop down. So based on that, you need to change the division tag's background color. So to identify the division tag, again dollar symbol, then the ID of the division tag, dot CSS. I need to define a background color. So background color, then colon, the value what you chose is available in the variable. So we are going to give the value, the color what we have selected from the drop down. So just go here, do the change option. So pink color, green color and then blue color. So I hope this video helped you how to start with the JQuery application and how to work with various events like click, change, CSS, all those, and also how to extract the value and display the values using a method called as val and then text and the HTML. Thank you.